Hi, everybody. Still sitting in my hotel room. By the way, check out my hotel room. I'm going to get out of the way. It's fantastic. I've got a big stone fireplace. Oh my goodness. Great TV, wonderful bathroom. I've got heated bathroom floors. Not bragging, but you sometimes when you come to these conferences, they put you in a hotel room that you could never afford yourself, and it's really fantastic. I'm at the Landing Resort and Spa, the Landing Resort and Spa at South Lake Tahoe, and the rooms are really great. I've got some snow on my balcony. It's been cloudy here, but temperatures have been in the 40s. If you don't know, Lake Tahoe, it's kind of interesting. The lake itself is at 6,000 feet, the exact same elevation, of course, as Timberline Lodge on Mount Hood, but we're, down in California, quite a bit south in latitude, and it's just not as cold. A lot of the resorts here set up at 8,000 feet or higher, which of course is beneficial for snow. But anyway, enjoying the conference, and I'm going to hopefully have some excerpts from some interviews maybe next week here on my channel. Speakers today included, this is really cool stuff. The deputy director of the National Hurricane Center flew out from Florida. Getting to meet these top scientists in our country is really exciting. Talked about lessons learned from past hurricanes the last several years, and excited to talk about how the tracking accuracy of hurricanes has really improved in the last 20 years. Anyway, really interesting stuff. And then also a scientist that works down, does research at UCLA in California, talking about atmospheric rivers and what a changing climate is going to mean. Now, more questions than answers, but he did get into something that I brought up in my winter outlook this year. The fact that, El Ninos all of a sudden are getting away from that stereotype of kind of dry and kind of mild and kind of quiet for us. Remember, I said no confidence in precipitation totals. I said there would be a chance for an ice storm, but not much chance for snow. So far, that's really come true. All because we have these kind of spike months that are crazy active weather and El Nino seasons. And he talked about, moving forward, El Nino and La Nina may not look like what we have kind of stapled them, pinned them in to these stereotypes. That may be changing. So that was really interesting. And then another climate scientist that was a PhD that works out of the University of Texas Tech down in Lubbock, Texas, talked about just research in climate change and our warming climate in general. So anyway, really interesting stuff. Okay, let's start off with this. This is good news, right? January precipitation to date. I mean, yesterday we picked up another, it was over half of an inch of rain that came down for the 24-hour period on Sunday. January precip is now approaching 6 inches, 5.94, already above normal for the month. Of course, we had a really wet December, as I'm sure you remember. Snow, remember a week ago Saturday, we had the mix of snow and sleet in Portland. What the airport put in the record books was 1.6 of that was snow. So that's our season snow total, if you will. That doesn't include the freezing rain, doesn't include the sleet, obviously. And then this is the big headline here. The water year, which begins October 1st and then goes through September 30th. We're now at 22.43 inches of total precipitation. We are more than 4 inches above normal. Basically, it means we're getting close to having an extra month of precip that we put in the bucket over what we normally would get. So that's great. Boy, you want a healthy water season for reasons that I don't need to go into that I'm sure you're aware of. Okay, what about the Mount Hood snowpack? I talked about this a couple of videos ago, really doing well all of a sudden. After that bad start, after being 29% of normal going into Christmas week, with basically no snow on the ground, Government Camp. Timberline now a base of 102. That's what's on the ground. If you took a shovel and you measured it, 102. Meadows 93, and then Ski Bowl the lowest at 4,000 feet, Government Camp, 53 inches, which is not great, not bad. Mount Hood test site, 5,400 feet is where they measure that, 87-inch depth. The stored water is now 86% of normal. Again, that's tremendous leaps forward going back to Christmas week, and just all terrific news. Well, we have more rain coming. So here's the satellite picture this afternoon. There's a low that's worked inland. We had the rainy start. Now we've had some dry time. There's some more rain on the radar. It's still moving generally south to north up across the area. We're going to see some rain move through this evening and then into the morning hours of Tuesday. And then I think we actually get a little break. Some scattered showers maybe tomorrow afternoon, but kind of quiet. The next system comes in Wednesday morning. Here it is back here. Pretty wet one again. I'll get to precip totals expected in just a moment. But this is two coming up from the south. We still, as of the time I'm recording this afternoon, have not completely shut down the east winds in the gorge. That's got to happen sooner rather than later, you would think. And the overall flow pattern just wants to get warmer and warmer and warmer as we roll through the remainder of this month, generally speaking. This is really good news, right? You don't want hazards. We don't have any today. This is the National Weather Service watch warning map, and there is nothing on it for the first time in recent memory. We started this morning still with an ice storm warning in parts of the Hood River Valley. All of that is canceled. Those temps have warmed up. That's exciting news. Gorge east winds have mostly ended, but not completely. I mean, in the extreme west gorge, we've still got Troutdale winds gusting to 20 miles per hour. So I probably worded that poorly. They've greatly ended, but not completely, okay? Moving forward, because gorge temps have warmed, we're mainly back to a more typical pattern of rain at the coast, rain in the valley, rain in the gorge, and snow in the Cascades. And with all this talk of warming up, this was issued, when was this put out? January 18th, so a few days ago. This is the National Weather Service NOAA February outlook for the entire country. And it does get us back into the absolute bullseye. It's kind of orange tan color. Absolute bullseye of highest confidence of above normal temperatures in the entire country. So could February get back? I don't think it's going to be as crazy warm as December was. In fact, when I ran the 30-day period through February over the weekend, I did some analysis on that. I came up with a month that was close to normal to maybe a degree above. So not as warm as what this outlook shows, but certainly pulling out of the cold weather that's moved in during January. And then we're in that no confidence area for precipitation in February. I thought if you go back the last couple of months, everything has kind of favored a drier February. I'm still not sure we're going to get up to normal. I don't think it's going to go bone dry, but maybe, significantly drier than what we saw in December and significantly drier than what's turned out already to be a wet January. Okay. Let's get into some other things. Let's go ahead and track on our kind of futurecast type rain projection of movement. This is 4 p.m. today. So this is the GFS model acting like a radar, giving you a future rain forecast. So again, moving generally south to north. It's kind of hard to tell on this, but this is showers moving up into the area at times tonight. Not a ton of rain, obviously, you can tell. Here's tomorrow morning, some showers in the area. But then look how it basically goes dry as we roll into tomorrow afternoon. And then the next big shot of rain comes in Wednesday morning, and that's widespread steady rain with a front that passes in the morning. Now, behind that front that comes in Wednesday, we actually have a little warm front push on Thursday, another warm front push on Friday, another warm front push on Sunday, as again, the models go warmer and warmer. This shows rain picking up. Well, actually, it doesn't show a lot of rain, does it? On Thursday, here's the next big solid shot of rain coming in Friday. It kind of dries it out, but then it goes on PM hours of Friday and a Friday night. So if this is correct, the next big periods of steady rain come in Wednesday morning and then come in during the day, Friday into Friday night into Saturday morning. Okay, how much rain are we talking about? Well, let's check it out. Let me go back. Okay, this is how much rain comes in tonight through Wednesday afternoon. So through Wednesday afternoon, this gives us three quarters of an inch, 95/100ths of an inch along the coast. Gives us over a half of an inch up and down I-5. This puts out in Portland like between half of an inch and 66/100ths. Shows a half of an inch of rain all the way down through Lane County. Pretty good moisture in the Cascades, including out in the gorge. Measurable rainfall of a quarter of an inch or so over in Central Oregon. So, we've been picking up anywhere from about 3/10 to a half of an inch of rain pretty consistently over the last 24-hour periods of time. And this shows that that's going to continue at least through the day Wednesday, if that makes sense. Okay. All right. The point of this map is just to track cold air. So a couple of things I want to point out. This was this morning on this Monday. See out here off the East Coast, look at my cursor. This is what's left of that cold Arctic air that gave us the sleet and the snowstorm, and then the freezing rainstorm, and then the freezing rainstorm on the east side. Still has an east wind blowing out of the gorge that never totally got erased. This is that batch of air. Now moving off the East Coast. Still cold air up in Canada. Look at that. But let's see what happens. I'm going to move this slowly. Here we are this afternoon. What happened? Yeah, cold air in Canada kind of retreats, doesn't it? We're feeding more and more off of the Pacific. This has the streamlines. That's a westerly flow coming in off the Pacific. Let's play this through tomorrow. Really warming air over the upper Midwest and the upper plain states. Look at that. Wow. And this is an air mass map at 5,000 feet, 850 millibars. Here's the Nick system Tuesday afternoon starting to come into us. It's a pretty warm batch of air, pretty mild out in the Pacific. That comes in. Here's a little bit of a cool. So Wednesday is a front in the morning. See how this shows a little bit of a cool off briefly Wednesday afternoon into Thursday. But then Friday, we start warming back up. And now this is all warm air coming into the weekend. This is Saturday. This is Sunday morning. This is all warm air coming off the Pacific. Cold air is really retreated up into Alaska and even up into the Arctic Circle. All right. I'll go ahead and I'll just keep playing this because I think it's interesting. So this is the 29th. Here comes the 30th. Here's Tuesday, January 30th, my birthday, by the way. I'll be 62. All right. Looks like we transitioned from what's been really warm run into some cooler air the last couple of days of January, but then that quickly gets, well, no, here's January, the first part of February. So the last few days of January, the first week of February, really, this is not Arctic air. This is just cooler air from the Gulf of Alaska and the North Pacific, kind of rotating in. It would be more seasonal stuff for us, highs in the 40s, rain at times, maybe some good snow levels at times down to 2,000 feet, if this is all true. But still no signs of any Arctic air. The next shot of really cold air is up in Alaska. What does that do? Looks like it just kind of stays up there all the way through February 6th. So anyway, I find that interesting. I hope you do too. Real quick look at what's going on right now. Snow levels have been about 5,000 feet lately. Meadows is at 40 degrees this afternoon. Timberline 33, Ski Bowl 35. Temperature or snow levels the next couple of days, anywhere from 4 to 4,500 feet. They're going to be a little bit lower. This shows, let's see here, 38 degrees tomorrow afternoon, freezing Wednesday morning to 38, 36, 37. So government camp, generally cool, kind of a mix of rain and snow, depending on the time of day. And with temperatures above freezing, certainly during the daytime hours, government camp will probably continue to look like this on Highway 26. That's just wet. That's easy peasy travel. 40 degrees up there right now. Siskiyou Summit, all dry, 43 degrees. No issues right there if you're going down to California. A reminder, if you go to my weather site, portlandweather.com, click on the Mount Hood page, you've got the Siskiyou Summit Pass. Santiam's wet. Willamette Pass is wet. Cabbage Hill, 41 degrees, warming up out in the blues across Eastern Oregon as well. So how about that? Let me go back and I just want to check the gorge real quick. Okay. 37, 36 Hood River, 36 at Dallas. I mentioned that temps have finally warmed. So all the ice storm warnings have been dropped. This forecast calls for 48 in Stevens. Let's see what Hood River shows. This shows 43 in Hood River tomorrow, 36 Wednesday, 37 Thursday. Temperatures at night near freezing. That's maybe a little bit of mix, but getting into the daytime hours, that's mostly a rainy forecast, right? And then let's see here. How come I can't? I know what I did. Hold on, let me see if I back this up. Okay, here are the gorge temperatures right now. Again, they're all above freezing. And I just wanted to show you, there's a Multnomah Falls parking lot. You can say it's been icy and snowy, but it's down to bare pavement. Cascade Locks is 36 degrees, 84 looks pretty good. Hood River, 84 looks great. So again, all those travel issues seem like they are completely over. So that's great news, right? Here are the current temperatures statewide. Now, still a bit of an east wind coming out of Troutdale into Portland. So that's the temperature at PDX along the Columbia, 43. Salem, 54. Yeah. We've got some temperatures in the 50s around the metro area away from the gorge as well. 54 down in Eugene. So yeah, we're warming up. No doubt about that. Ben's at 46. Here's the temperature forecast for Ben. Dry tomorrow, 45. A little bit of moisture potentially Wednesday, but look at the highs in the 40s all the way into the weekend. And then maybe even 50s to start next week. So that's incredibly, incredibly nice. And here's Portland's 7-day forecast. We've got showers picking up this evening, overnight tonight into tomorrow morning. Then the potential at tomorrow afternoon is pretty dry. If we're dry tomorrow and we get sun breaks, I think we will make it to 50, 52 in Portland, with the east winds expected to finally be completely gone. I keep saying that, and they aren't, but maybe tomorrow's the day. And then Wednesday, a rainy day. That's another half of an inch of rain or more. Thursday, kind of showery weather. Friday, rain picks up, remember, into Saturday, showers on Sunday. And notice we get anywhere from 40s to 50 degrees for high temperatures, and overnight lows are just going to continue to get warmer and warmer. Okay. Got into a lot of information there. I hope you found it to be interesting. Subscribe if you haven't to my YouTube page. My weather site's portlandweather.com right here. I'm Rod Hill at beautiful South Lake Tahoe, and I'll talk to you soon.